my fellow bows and bow ties. I want to welcome you back to another video with me. I'm going to talk about a long weekend I had in Puerto Rico. So look, my husband and I decided we want to get out of town, right? We were like, we're done with these kids. No, seriously, we wanted to spend some time. We were celebrating his birthday and we wanted some time alone. So we were trying to figure out what could we do where we would have a long weekend away. It wasn't too far. We weren't going to be gone long, and we can have coverage for our with our like 5 million kids. Okay, so we have 4 kids. One of them's in college, but still, 4, 5 million. It's the same. Anyway, so we decided we were going to just get out of town and go to Puerto Rico. Now, because we live on the East Coast, it's not far for us. So for those of you who are in the United States, you'll know that if you're on the East Coast, getting to the Caribbean, getting to like Puerto Rico, it's not really far for us. It's not a major haul. You're talking about 3 to 4 hours, 3 hours, give or take. Being that I'm from where I live in Maryland, it's about 3 to 4 hours. If you're like in the southern portion of the United States, it's not going to take that long. And if you're further north, it won't take that long. Maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes longer. I don't know. But nevertheless, it was a short hop. So we got on the plane. We left out of BWI. We flew into, I can never get this name right. It's the Luis Munoz Marin International Airport. I don't even know if I said it correctly, and don't judge my Spanish. All right. So we arrived at the airport and we decided that we wanted to spend time in Old San Juan. So basically, it was just a short cab ride, which cost way too much money, if you ask me. I don't even know if it was 5 minutes away, but it's like their standard fare. So we take our short cab ride over to Old San Juan, and we decided that we were going to stay at the Embassy Suites, which is one of the Hilton properties. My husband has like a lot of Hilton points, so we tend to spend time at Hilton properties to continue to earn points and use them, that sort of thing. So we decided to stay there. One of the reasons why we stayed there was because of the casino. My husband likes to be near a casino. Okay, so if you're in San Juan, there is no shortage. There's no shortage of casinos. Okay, so one of the things that we did was while we were at the Embassy Suites, we made sure we spent time at we patronized the casino that we were staying at, or the hotel that had the casino, because we wanted to support the local, economy or whatever. Okay, what can I say? Before I get into the hotel, I'll just say the casino was okay. So they had like the actual tables themselves, like they weren't really high limits. They were like maybe $5. I think maybe even less, but it wasn't like you needed to play like a high dollar limit, which was kind of nice. Especially since when we first got in, we were just like trying to like get ourselves together because we got in a little later, maybe like 10 something. So things were starting to shut down in terms of food and alcohol or whatever it was. So we just like patronized the casino that was in the hotel. It was okay. I would say like the variety of the types of games and how many tables, it was slim, but it was okay for like if you were just arriving in town. Okay, so let's talk about the hotel itself. The hotel was okay. I definitely could tell that it could probably use a little bit of sprucing up, but it was fine. It wasn't like the best place I stayed in, but I definitely wasn't wowed by it, right? But it was totally fine. We had breakfast as part of our hotel stay. The only thing I would like to say was when we went down for breakfast. Okay, so I really didn't like the buffet portion. It just wasn't that good, to be honest. They had an area where they would make omelets for you. That wasn't really good either. Just I don't think I enjoyed anything other than like maybe the orange juice. Like, but that's just me. It could be because sometimes I can be a little spoiled. I like to enjoy my food. So I had asked a couple people who were standing in line. I'm like, do you guys like this? They were like, no, no, it's just not that good. So although they had a variety of different things, it wasn't like a large selection. It was just that the selection wasn't selectioning. Okay. I think the quality of the food was just okay. So, but we just dealt with it, and we knew that we were going to be eating elsewhere and getting a better meal. But the cool thing about when we arrived at this location was they were always entertaining. So it was decorated nicely because I don't know what they were doing on the one event was, I don't know. But then they had some other event where they were selling some sort of, I, I don't remember what it is. If when I can remember, I'll probably just attach it to this video. But it was like this ball that, not ball, but it was made out of like burlap or something. I don't know, but they were growing plants. I don't know. It was like really cool. It was like the burlap plant or something. And they also had a quinceanera happening there, which was nice. The women were beautiful. The young lady was gorge. So that was really nice to see how they celebrate. It was just really pretty. And I just like to see when young people are celebrating something. So the quinceanera was really pretty. All the dresses that were on display, what she was wearing, because I believe you have to change multiple times. Really, really pretty. Let me see what else. So yeah, that was the Embassy Suites in San Juan, Old San Juan. So the cool thing about being at the Embassy Suites in Old San Juan was like we were in walking distance of like everywhere. And what was cool about it was because it was February when we went, the temperature was really nice. It was like 70 plus degrees every day. So I was I think it might have even been in the 80s if I remember correctly. But I was walking around in a tank top, and yeah, I had on a tank top and some like booty shorts. I mean, look, the booty was bootying. I mean, I had on some cute little booty shorts, a tank top, whatever. I had my flip flops on. I was totally relaxed. The weather was nice, so you would see people who were dressed in like their summer attire or beach attire or whatever, and they were off to the ocean. I wasn't trying to get in the ocean because, well, I just wasn't trying to get in the ocean, number one. Number two, I didn't feel like it was warm enough for me to want to get in the ocean. I wasn't sure if the water would be warm enough, but I digress. So the cool thing about Old San Juan was my husband and I decided that we wanted to just take a walk around and see what was going, like what was what. I mean, we had a couple of things that we thought we were interested in. We asked around about like the casinos. So we made our way into walking around to check out some of the different casinos, seeing what places there were to eat. Now, before I left stateside, I um made a reservation to a place called Entrevinos. I'm not sure how to say it in Spanish, but look, I did the best I could. So yeah. So I went and made a reservation to Entrevinos, and it was kind of cool because that's where my husband wanted to go. And it was this restaurant like in walking distance from the San Juan Embassy Suites. I don't even know if it was, I don't even think it was 10 minutes. It was probably like a 5 minute walk. And it was like a nice, slow, casual walk. It was like almost like on the other corner. So it was like you walk out and within minutes you're there. So when we got to Entrevinos, my husband thought the food was just okay. I didn't really enjoy my food as much, but I think it was because of the way they cooked it. So when I went to dinner, I ordered the duck, and it just wasn't hitting. And I like duck, but they had like this really cool selection of wines, and so you got to pick your wine. And overall, I enjoyed the experience. What I realized is that you know, when you're on vacation, like it takes me like a day or two to wind down and not be on like East Coast hurry up time. So they definitely weren't like all that pressed to like get it popping and locking, right? So they took their time getting their orders in and out. And it wasn't just us, it was like everybody. But overall, I enjoyed the experience. I'm not sure if I would go there again. All right, let's see. So we were walking around, and, we went to different casinos, got to see some of the hotels. And one of the ones that we went to, I'm having a brain dump. I wish I could remember. I can tell that it was really nice in its heyday, but it needed to be updated. And for what I understand is that's the plan with that particular place, that it was going to be updated. So, but you can tell like there was so much care and detail put into it, but it was just older. Hence Old San Juan. So we realized like definitely Old San Juan, they needed to modernize a little bit, but then I guess it wouldn't be Old San Juan anymore. It'd be modernized San Juan. But it wasn't bad. It's a quick getaway. You can spend some time down there. I didn't feel as luxurious down there, but it was pleasant. It was nice, in February, it was super nice because it wasn't like 5 million degrees. Let me see what else. I'm sure if we wanted to do something or see something historical, there was plenty of time for that. But ultimately, what I liked about being there was I had an opportunity to practice my Spanish, which is like bad at best. But I always take the opportunity whenever I go someplace that's Spanish speaking. I try to, leverage the language as much as possible. If nothing else, just to bring some goodwill. Why is this sticking up like this? All right, I'm back. Is my hair like all weird? Okay, I'm back. So, nevertheless, Old San Juan, why am I talking like that? Old San Juan. Old San Juan was nice. It was pleasant. But I think my husband and I, we wanted something a little bit more, not luxury, but more luxurious. And I know this is probably going to come off the wrong way, right? Because I think for us, because we definitely work hard, so we like to play hard. When we go away, we're not the kind of people who want to like run and gun it all the time. We want to actually do more relaxing, sometimes a little bit of nothing. Um, so yeah, I think because we wanted a little bit more of nothing, that's not to say that you can't find luxurious things to do there, but our plans for going there was kind of, I won't say last minute, but kind of last minute ish. And so we kind of picked something. We said, all right, we'll stay at a place that we know or brand that we know. We chose the Hilton. And like I said, it wasn't bad. I just think that for us, we were like, we had a good time, but we were definitely like, okay, we would probably do some things different. One of the things that we did was, I know this is going to sound crazy because we ate, local foods, right? But one of the things we did was, I always feel like we need a palate reset. So we definitely had to reset our palate. And I don't know what it is. Whenever I travel, after like a day or two, I need my palate reset. And we wound up going to, I think it was like a Chili's, or I forgot. It was some sort of chain restaurant. And what we did was we got chicken Caesar salads. I don't know why I get like that. My husband does too. But after a while, we like to just go with something basic that we know, and then we try other things. But I enjoyed, um, I enjoy all the like Caribbean food, like the plantains and the rice and everything else. So, but yeah, we did go to a regular chain place because we needed to reset our palate. Let's see what else. So I had been to Puerto Rico before, but I never spent time in Old San Juan and wanted to give it a try. So, like, if you're on the East Coast in the United States, it's a short hop over there. And I'm sure if you're like in Florida or Atlanta or someplace, the flight there is even less. But if you're on the West Coast, well, you're going to have to fly some hours. Um, for those of you who are not in North America or whatever like that, if you're like European or whatever, let me tell you, if you have not spent any time in the Caribbean in general, you should come on over to the Caribbean. I know you guys are probably used to going to places like Ibiza, Mallorca, places in the Mediterranean, Baldrum in Turkey, but you should consider coming over to the Caribbean. There's so many islands in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico, I don't know, do they consider that part of the Caribbean? I think they do. It's an island off of the United States. It's pretty awesome. The food is good. And what I like about it was because we wanted to do something quick and simple. We weren't concerned about currency exchange because we could just use the regular American dollar. We didn't even, I mean, we brought our passports, but we didn't really need our passports. Actually, no, we didn't bring our passport because it's an American It's an American island. So, everything we did was it was like being stateside. So that's kind of cool. You just use a regular license if you need it. We just use regular currency, regular credit cards, whatever it was. There was no, you know, currency exchange or anything like that. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to just talk about my quick trip over to Old San Juan. I overall enjoyed it. It's a nice little getaway. It's quiet. At least when we went, it seemed kind of quiet, which I thought that was weird, but it was nice. The food was pretty decent, and that's pretty much it. So let me know your thoughts, and see you in the next video.